good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we just got episode 6 of the Acolyte, which we're going to be getting into today. But before we do get into that, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know on everything Star Wars. Also, too, if you're enjoying the channel, make sure to hit that super button to give some donations to the channel as we are growing and getting close to 5,000 subscribers. And without further ado, let's start today's episode. So in today's episode, we see Osha waking up and she finds some of May's clothes and her blades. And we see her making her way outside and she realizes she's on some sort of an island somewhere, which she really doesn't really know, but it says unknown planet. Now Osha makes her way to the beach and sees the ship, and she also finds Qimir, aka the stranger. Now on this unknown planet, it could be Baldemek, and it's a planet in the Oral sector of the Outer Rim. It also happens to be a planet rich in cortosis. It also bears a similar look to Ahch-To, the planet where Luke Skywalker was living on in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi. Then we go back to Kafar, where Sol is leaving the planet with May. He contacts Coruscant with an emergency code 0. He tells them everyone is dead, but the transmission signal is breaking up and the message wasn't received. May is looking around the ship. She remembers the day when Indara tested her on Brendock, and she hears Sol trying to get through to Master Venestra. Now Basil is still sniffing around. He has noticed something is off with this Osha. Now Sol is trying to tell them there is a bigger threat out there. May sneaks towards Sol, blade in hand, but he knows she is there. He calls her Osha and tells her to take over the flying ship. Now Sol is clearly upset, but tries to gain control over his feelings. Now Basil comes out of hiding and plugs Pip into the ship. The two begin communicating. Then we also see Osha following Qimir when he takes off his tunic, and interesting scar on his back that we do get to see, and it's the same scar that Rey had on her arm in The Last Jedi, and it resembles the letter Y lying on its side. Now he strips down, gets into the water, clearly aware that she is there, but not being concerned about it as she picks up his lightsaber and starts to critique her stance. And he tells her that he didn't kill Sol or May. It's an interesting relationship between master and pupil, he says. Now Sol and May thanks for Osha for saving them. Now he is now set on facing the High Council and telling everything that he has kept hidden. The ship system seems to have shut down, and he asks her to take a look. Now on Coruscant, Senator Chua is telling Venestra that Senator Ravencourt continues to gain support and that they want to do an external review of the Order, and she is concerned because Ravencourt is no friend of the Jedi. Now Mog reports that Sol has sent the transmission reporting casualties. She orders a rescue to the team to be sent to Sol's aid. Now the stranger / Qimir admits that he used to be a Jedi a long time ago, which he then tells her that she has strength in the Force and someone should teach her, which you know what he's implying. It should be him. Now Qimir tells Osha that her strength in the Force never faded, that a lie from the Jedi is what they taught her. Now he describes the path to the dark side and he calls it semantics. Osha refuses his food and says she is not easily corrupted. She tells him that she failed and that's why she isn't a Jedi, and she ignites his saber but ends up not killing him. Then Venestra tells Mog she is going with a rescue team, or with the rescue team shall I say, and Basil is making his way through the ship. Sol is wondering why he couldn't sense Qimir's intentions when they first met on Olega. Now May pushes Sol to tell her what happened on Brendock. The ship powers back on and May goes to make a transmission. Sol stuns her. He knows it's May. I was wondering when this was going to happen, to be honest. And a transmission comes through about the rescue team and Sol turns off the transponder. He launches the ship into hyperspace. Just as the Jedi rescue ship with Master Venestra arrives on Kafar, they head into the forest, and then we see Qimir fixing his helmet, and he says that he wants the power of 2. Now the power of 2, or the rule of 2, is the decree that there can only be 2 Sith at a time. A master and a apprentice, as we do know. Now his scar is from his Jedi master, and throwing him away, he then tells Osha that his helmet is made from cortosis, and not only is it handy against lightsabers, it also acts as a sensory deprivation helmet, so it's just you and the Force. Vernestra then finds bodies fallen of Jedi, and she uses her lightsaber whip to take out the Umbroth, those flying bugs that we saw in the last episode. Mog accuses Sol of their deaths. Vernestra is like, that's a pretty hard accusation, but yeah. May is restrained then, and then Sol tells her he doesn't plan to hurt her. He wants to help find her master and save Osha, but they want to have this conversation, or at least he wants to have a conversation that was 16 years in the making. Then right after, we end up seeing, we see Osha putting on Qimir's helmet, as he did tell her to try it on, but obviously she didn't trust him. So she got her, I guess you could call it a Darth Vader moment. That's what it really kind of felt like. So we'll see how this one plays out in the next 2 episodes. Overall, not a bad episode. It's definitely setting up for something big, as we only have 2 episodes left. So I guess we'll find out what ends up happening with Qimir, what ends up happening with Osha, Sol, and May, and also too the Jedi Order. So I'm gonna give this episode a 6 out of 10. I want to get your guys' ratings on the latest episode 6 from the Acolyte. Make sure to drop a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.